Lloyd Vehicle Consulting. Still not sponsored by Lancaster Insurance. Maybe one day. Today is the 24th of March and it is the final day of the 2024 Practical Classics Classic Car and Restoration Show. We'll be going maybe quite quickly today. We haven't got actually that much to do. We're doing it as quickly as possible. And actually the stability on my incredibly old Sony phone that dates about 2017 was quite good down these stairs. There's a reason why I use this phone and not something else that's becomes better, because it's just the way that it happens. Anyway, let's get around this crowd of extremely excited children seem to be here and get into the show. We're going to be going in a different way today because there is something that I haven't filmed yet that has been catching my eye every single time I've been coming in. So in addition to the rubbish old camera that has terrible picture quality and terrible focus, I do apologise in advance if I get things wrong, if I get interrupted by announcements, if I fall over, if I give incorrect information, all of which has happened so far. I'm afraid it's just the way that it goes on this channel. So here we have a very, very tasty car indeed, a cream egg car. That must be based on a Mini. It'll be like the Outspan Orange, won't it? That's what it'll be. Let's take a look. Cream egg cars. Yeah, Cadbury Mini egg cars. Oh my gosh, they're actually not based on a Mini, they're based on an old Bedford Rascal. Amazing. Yeah, that is just amazing. First one, this must be one, actually Bedford Rascal steering wheel, you can see in there. Yeah, so the 89 was chassis anyway. Right, let's get into the show and let us see how quickly we can do this. Oh dear me, viewers, the gentleman there didn't know which barcode to scan on my ticket. I had to tell him. Maybe it's not just me that's utterly shambolic. Maybe there are other people out there who just don't have a good day sometimes, which is possible. Right, got past and almost crashed into somebody there. One thing I forgot to look at when we were here on the very first day was the rest of the cars of the West Berkshire Vehicle Club. We looked at the electric Gordon Keeble. We didn't look at this. This, I think, is an Austin Morris J4. I think that's what they were called at the time. Yeah, it's a J4. It's quite a late one. They started in 1960 and they continued right the way through to 74. The rear bodywork of this actually was adapted for the Sherpa, which is crazy. And the Sherpa then evolved into various other vans and was discontinued about 2006 with the LDV Pilot. Anyway, this has got a 50 brake horsepower engine. It's in 1972. Just don't see these, do you? A lot of you will remember these. I think it's like Black Maria vans you'll be used for in London too. A couple of the J40 pedal cars, and got a very nice Renault 4 here. It's a bit nicer than the Renault 4s I saw in Morocco. There we go, that's an MOT certificate from 1974. Just a 68, this one. That is in really nice condition. You see tons of these still around Morocco and they don't look like that. Anyway, I think we better go back to Hall 5 and see how quickly we can get round the rest of this enormous event. I just realised I missed a stand yesterday. Fortunately, I was on the way to drop my bag off at Mr. Colbert's Granada. And I've just noticed this, the Rolls-Royce Employee Motor Club. No Rolls-Royces on the stand at all. We have got a 924. I think there's quite a few of these here. Judging by the registration, this is probably the Porsche engine one rather than the Volkswagen Audi engine one. But I could be wrong. The C-Plate 85 was the changeover year for the 924 to the 924S, as I say on the back. Does it even say anything? If it does, I can't see. So answers in the comments section below whether that's the Volkswagen Audi base unit or the Porsche base unit from the 944. We've got a Morgan. Ooh, is that a beige leather interior, viewers? I do like a nice beige leather interior. Don't know what year is that from. It's very hard to tell with these Morgans. And then if we go around this way, probably not best to go down that other way. Another Reliant Scimitar GTE from 1974-75. I'd love the Ethics V6 in it. Right, move on now. Right, we will start in earnest with the Jowett Club. Jowett Car Club. So I think it's one of the oldest car clubs. Yeah, it's over 100 years old, this club. The cars, some are even older. Jowett Bradford. Now, grandmother used to have one of these years and years ago, way before I was born. I think they were discontinued about 1953, sort of a holdover from Jowett's, I think, pre-war range. This is the 52. The sort of more modern range, things like the Jupiter that's just behind the Bradford here, were unfortunately an absolute disaster. This obviously kept on making money and things like that for the company, but the engine used in the Jupiter and the Javelin, it was Jowett's own design, I think a flat 4 engine. It just basically caused the company to go under, which is a real shame. This is again a 52, standard Jowett Javelin. I'm amazed actually how many of these survived, because the company's not existed for a really, really long time. I think it went under completely about sort of 53, 54. We've got an older one here. What's another Bradford van. You see, it doesn't have the same engine, I don't think. This has got a different engine from the more modern ones. It's very easy to work on. This is probably a much older Jowett as well here. 1930, because it's getting off 100 years old, this one. It's 7 horsepower long tube. Bodywork's coming on very nicely. Oh, viewers. Now, this is exciting. The Vauxhall Bedford Opal Association. Excellent, I got that right for once. Opal Ascona 400, I think this is. Got dealer team Vauxhall on the side of it, yeah. Well, dealer Opal team, I should say. Have we got number plate on this? Yeah, it's VS, which is a Luton plate. Makes sense. Luton, obviously, the headquarters of General Motors for many years. 5-speed dogleg gearbox. Yes, it is. Well, this is the same as the Chevette HSR. The engine, I don't think, is the same. Opel were still using their own engine, so were Vauxhall with the Chevette HS and HSR. But yeah, a Ascona 400, very nice. We've got a couple of HSR HSRs. It sort of depends how you define them. I've actually driven an HSR. A gentleman called Terry owns one, and it is immaculate, his car. I'm amazed he let me drive it, actually. The HSR was like a sort of HS fitted with a lot of option packs and body kits and that kind of stuff. Mainly there was silver. You could get other colours, but most people chose to paint them silver. This one is sort of 77, 78 on an S. Got the slant 4 engine in there, although modified. Have you got some Blandenstein bits in there? Yeah, got some Blandenstein bits in there. And we've got another one. This is a facelifted, I think this is an HSR. This has been swapped over actually for, I think that's a red top engine in there. They are much more, how do you put this, exciting with a standard Chevette. I've also driven one of those and it wasn't nearly as good. So many things different. Gearbox, engine, suspension, brakes, axles, all the sort of stuff. Interior is also very different, particularly if you go for sort of full rally spec like these. Fantastic. And we got an Opel Manta 400, Manta B. Don't know what engine that is in there. It might be a cam in head, I'm not entirely sure. No, that sort of thing if it's been modified. Yeah, fantastic. Northern Iron plate, so I don't know what year that is. And we go to Boston Classic Car Club. An M. Now that's, I think, a pre-66 Series 2A. could be an ex-army one though. A lot of ex-army ones were registered in the year that they were sold off as military surplus vehicles, so 73, 74 plate. And we've got a very nice, I always forget the Volkswagen variant, yes that's it. That one is 71, 72, the 1.6 engine. It's a nice colour that, it's not standard or anything, but I quite look at that, viewers. Is that another Joe at Bradford? There's 3 of these in a really small area. It's just also like a 52 or 53. You can see the engine there, it's interesting. Doesn't actually say. The one that my grandmother had sort of seats in the back for my father and and my uncles. There are 4 of them. They've got a Mini. This is probably from the 90s. This one, with some colourful lights on the top. Ah, there we go. Yeah. 98, 99 on an S. I forget actually, but even the newer classic Minis are pretty old now, and so that is going to need some attention at some point. But it doesn't look too bad as a sort of starting base, does it? Now this is a special stand. This is an FSO Polonaise. Just put some plates on. I think it's a 1986. This one. The gentlemen and ladies on this stand have actually been building this car from scratch since the beginning of Friday. Engine, interior, mechanical bits, everything, and I think they're planning on driving it all the way back to Poland. I had it start yesterday, about midway through. That is a new old stock body shell on it actually, and it looks fantastic. I don't know where they found it. I mean, that's amazing. What an absolutely amazing car and what they're doing. That's fantastic. Got a Marlock here as well. Fiat 126, previously I think related on to this one. They didn't sell them that late in this country, although they made them in Poland until 2000. And they are sort of very loved over there. It's one of the sort of most common classic cars you see. It's really strange. The Panda was a replacement for this, but that also kept on selling, and so they made a Mark II Panda until 2003, but again not in this country, not for UK export, I should say, rather than make them out here. Here's a right-hand drive Polonaise. That's a rare thing, isn't it? 82, 83 on a Y. Look at them, they just document every stage of the process. There's an absolutely massive team of them as well. That is a way to do it. Having some Polish ancestry myself, if you're Polish, you're just trying to get on with it. That's what you do. Ooh, some Midbridge Symmers. These were the sort of continuation of Reliant ones. I forget exactly what year that they kind of started. I think it's sort of late 80s. This is an 89, this one. I think this was before. Now, this is a very nice car. I believe this is a 2.8 or 2.9 Ford engine in these. And we've got a beige leather interior with some wooden, just piping, not wood in this one. And no, we're not allowed to make the connection that everybody wants me to make about these cars, because on this channel that is banned. Yeah, look at that. It's a Ford Granada, I think, or Sierra automatic gear lever shifter there. So that makes sense. This one here has been made to look a little bit older with the plate that is, well, not correct. I'm not very fond of that sort of thing myself, viewers, but everyone kind of has their own preference, don't they? Should be just a normal plate on this one. Let's see. We have a kind of information sheet on this. There we go. Yeah, Cologne V6 in there. There we go. This number 33 of 79 built. I imagine it's about the same level. What about 1989, 1990? I like the colour of this one. That's very smart, isn't it? Electric blue. Again, August 89. Again with the automatic transmission. I can't remember what those rear lights are off now. They look really familiar, but I can't kind of my finger on it. Oh, this one's a manual, 5-speed manual. That's not a Ford Type. Sorry, it's not a Ford Type 9 gearbox. That's maybe the MTX. What's going on with that engine? Looks completely different. It's just some kind of engine swap in it. Answers in the comments section below, because that's not the same as the others. Interesting. Right, viewers, we are on an MG Rover ERA stand, although this is not an MG Rover ERA car, that was a bit later. 216 or 200 Cabrio. Let's just see what engine this has got, because the later ones were actually called the 1.6 Cabrio, I think. Yes, it started life as a 216, and this one has had an engine swap. It's had the engine swap to the 1.8 VVC K series from the 200 BRM and other ones. Of course, it's very easy to put one of those in a car like this, because the front structure of the R3 200 is the same as one of these, as is the 25 and the Streetwise and the MG ZR, all that kind of stuff. They're all the same front structure. Although that is an L registration, it is a 98, so it's a later one. And then we've got the monogram Garnet Rover 25. I think this is a 2002 from memory. I've seen this before, actually. Yeah, there we go, 2002, Impression S2. Can't talk about this one, viewers, despite the fact it's owned by Mr. Brook from the Beards and Bangers channel. We can, however, talk about this one. This is a 2004 Rover 75 V8. Similar sort of mechanically and everything to the MG ZT 260, which I have driven. Most of the V8s were automatic though. I think there were a very small number of manual ones. And the same with the MG models, they were virtually all manual. I'm more of a kind of a Rover sort of person as opposed to an MG person. Some people like the facelift one, some people don't. That is up to you what you prefer. We've arrived at the Z register stand, and unfortunately that one over there we cannot discuss, so we're going to have to go on to this one. I've seen this one before. It's owned by Rob. It's a late pre-facelift ZR. Interesting colour. I love these bright colours actually at MG Rover. We've had a bit of an engine upgrade. It started as a 1.4 105 ZR. It's now got a 1.6 engine, which is developing close to like 130 horsepower. Be a little bit careful about some of this stuff that's sort of hanging around, just in case we can't discuss them. This one will be alright though, over here. That is interesting. It's had a sort of front end makeover, this thing. Ooh, and it's a ZR 160 as well, with the 1.8 VVC engine. Fantastic. Let me just do a bit of investigation on these two monogram cars in the middle, and then we'll come back to you. So these are like a pair. They're both the ZR 105 model, non-plus specification, and with some extras, including the extremely interesting colour. It's called Shot Silk, I think, this one. So I think it's a slightly different monogram colour. See the difference straight away, actually, between the later ZR here and then the earlier one. They are different at the back. Parking sensors on both of these as well. They are sequentially numbered, which is interesting. And then we've got much older sort of models going on here, including this MG Magnet. This is a ZB because it's got a larger rear window on it. This MGB GT 72. I'll have a little bit run the front in a second view to see if we've got a fish map grill on this. Got some changes from standard as well, but I want to have a look if I can get through here without tripping over this Metro. I'm trying to work out if this is a Rover 100 or what it is. I don't know. It's just a shell. Sort of roll that in. Yeah. Anyway, we will continue. Let's have a look at the Magnet first. think we've got an information sheet about this one, as we have. Come around here, there we are. Yeah, 58 is a ZB Variatone. And I don't think we've got the fish madness. This must be just after the fish mackerel then, as far as I remember. The MGF register is next. Got quite a few sort of friends hanging around here today. I imagine it's a 2004, but it is a private plate on this. We got the biggest friend of all, actually, on the other side of the stand. We'll just have a look at. Yeah, got quite a few in here. I see loads. I didn't realise they made rabbits of MG scarves. And this is a really early MGF. Oh, gosh, SVC, I think, all the press cars. So this would be like I think probably a 95. This one. I can't remember the name of the colour. Didn't Victoria Beckham or Victoria Adams, I think she was, have one of these in this colour? Yeah, it's a 95. Really early one. This Amaranth Pearlescent. There we go. Superb. Yeah, here is Nigel sitting next to the ZS that we can't discuss on this channel. He's looking quite happy, but then Nigel always does. So MG Car Club are quite represented actually. The young members branch and the Z register of them, and we've got the main stand here. MGB race car, 1850cc engine. I don't know what year this would be. Got bumpers taken off, that's another clue, but this one, oh no, 65, there we go. That's quite handy. Then we've got like an Expedition MGB here, which would be from the London Sydney Marathon. It's restored for 50th anniversary, which would be 2018, I think. There we go. Got all these big guards on there to stop big stones and animals and things hitting your car. Another one here. Similar age actually, this one. Also got a Sally head on it. 1969 Mark II MGB. That's very shiny. I mean, that's shiny, but this is even shinier. This has had some proper modifications to it, probably to make it handle a little bit better. They don't drive badly actually, particularly the later ones that have got improvements like, you know, all synchromesh gearboxes and brake servos and things. And an MG6 TSE. I hope this is a Kavachi engine one, the petrol. Yeah, I mean, these are pretty rare. There's not actually that many around. We didn't sell a lot. It's not like today where MG sell tons and tons and tons of cars every month. This is a very, it's like a specialist to the car. And we've got 61 MGA 1600 Roadster, quite a late one. The MGB came out in 62. And that's had a 5-speed gearbox fitted, which is probably sensible, because the original would have been a non-synchro on first unit, which is not really my first choice. Oh, a mini kit stand. They'll have all kinds of interesting things on here, won't they? The grit bin. Wow. I think those are actually the seats. Something that looks like that. Here GTM. I know GTM. GTM Libra is a car I do know. I actually know somebody's got one of this. This one I've not seen before. Then we've got a mini Scamp. There we go. Mark III Scamp, lost for 30 years. Oh, it was put together in the early 90s. LED headlamps, probably a good idea. And then we've got something else here. What is this? Key plate, just like the old days. See who that was? A Nomad. Still got mini bits in the headlamps and things. And then we've got a custom cabin, not one of the standard ones, built on a car from the early 80s, I'd say. And we're still going. Rickman, is this also mini based? It looks like a Suzuki Samurai, but clearly it's not. Again, key plates. And the Lone Max, this is based on a Citroen 2CV. I wonder if the actual chassis is from the sort of late 70s on this. Yeah, 77 Diane. afraid with TCV and Dyna are two different cars. They're not the same thing as an information sheet. I'm going to keep that quiet. This is, I don't know. Got a friend on there. 600 GT. Is that a is that like a Ford engine? Actually? This thing can't be based on a Mini. The wheels are wrong. So what is this based on? Let's look at the interior and see if we can identify if there are any bits. The Ford bits. Pass. Answer to the comment section below, viewers. I've got none of a clue. Next, Triumph 6 Sports Club. We've done that side earlier on. Got a Herald pickup. That's very fancy, viewers. I've never seen one of these before. It's like a conversion of some kind. And then here's like the sort of chassis for, I don't know, the Herald convertible 69. And you've got this sort of interesting rear axle you can see here, where it kind of sort of has this weird angle on the rear axle. It actually has a year on there. Can we not see it? No, we'll have to continue. It's like a 1200 or something, I think. Ooh, it's a nice comfy chair at the back of there, based on back end of the Herald. We haven't got time for that, unfortunately. We've got another rolling chassis here, again one of the sort of Herald variants, I imagine. And then we've got a very nice Triumph 2.5 PI. Don't mind if I do, viewers. I'm quite fond of these, actually. I know they don't have the best reputation, but I am quite fond of them nevertheless. Yeah, 69, so it's an early one. It's a pre-facelift. Herald 1200 Estate. Hello to Lord_JSC on Instagram. That's pretty good, isn't it? One thing I've noticed though is there's a very important car we haven't filmed, and it's this little Metro. Sorry, Rover 100. I must get this right. Yeah, it's not. What? 97? How can this be a 97 if it's on an end plate? It's a personal plate. I've just heard actually these aren't necessarily holding their value particularly well. Apparently these are now no budget with used cars. But yeah, some special editions, Knightsbridge, Kensington, that kind of stuff. Registered in Malden. Chevy Bel Air. What year is this one? Obviously the most common Bel Airs you see in sort of media are the 57 to 58, that's why it looks a bit different. And we've got the Yellow Machine, which I think started life as an MG Midget in 1972. It's all been sort of customised and things, but that goes a bit faster than the standards. It was like 65 horsepower or something. 1977 Pontiac Trans Am of the Air Scoop. I think this is the same year as the one used to Smokey and the Bandit. So it's a different colour. And we've got the Dead Chicken on the hood. So that's just the way it goes. Trafalgar Blue, 1966, Morris Minor 1000, 1098, two-door saloon. I've done modifications of the car to make it more usable. Does that include fitting some better brakes and a different gearbox? I don't know. Answers in the comment section below. The wheels don't look standard, so I think we may have had a disc brake conversion with servo, which is a very sensible thing to do on one of these. So, standard Motor Club stand here. Standard 8. Has this actually got a boot on it? Oh, it's actually got an opening boot. Some of the early ones of these didn't get an opening boot. Luxury. This one I don't recognise the model of this one. It's a standard flying 20 from 1937. I mean, extremely rare car rescue 2022. Yeah, I must say I've not heard of those before. And we've got a standard flying V8. Wow, okay, that was some car back in the day. Standard Swallow Big 9. So it's not a 7 based one. The Swallow that I knew were normally based on the little standards, not like this one. But that looks interesting. See, bodied by William Lyon's company, SS, which then later became Jaguar Standard Swallow. There we go, SS. Or Standard Sidecars it was originally. Right, let's have a look at some more of these Triumphs. We've got Bergerac style Triumph Roadster here. I think both those were 2000s. You could also get an 1800. That one looks very much kind of like Bergerac. This isn't said anyway exactly what year it is. It's got a dicky seat in the back, of course. Well, that's a very nice condition. In fact, they're all in nice condition. That particularly looks really bright on camera for some reason. I prefer this colour, but with that interior, personally. Gosh, this is restored in 2015. It looks very well, doesn't it, now? Oh, no, that's better. Ah, love Triumph. 78, 79 Triumph Dolomite Sprint, which actually got different wheels on it. Dolomite Sprints are very, very appealing. What's the name of this colour? Can't remember now. I think it's mostly yellow from memory. And we've got another parallel converter, which is quite desirable now. Right, I think we better leave it here. We're going to have to do some running round in the last part to actually complete it in one video, but I think we can do it. Thank you ever so much indeed once again for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, leave a comment below, and we shall see you again in what I hope will be the very final part for some more incorrect information.